Hi guys, my name is Ekaterina, ECAT for short. Today I'm teaching you the Faro Shuffle. It's a basic cardistry move. You must know it. Whether you're a cardist or a magician, I recommend you perfect the Faro Shuffle. And I'm going to help you to do so. I'm going to refer to a lot of variations. I'm going to link a lot in the description below for other tutorials. So grab a deck of cards and let's get started. First, you need to know how to split the cards in approximately half. But I actually split a little bit more than half in one side. So your hands are going to, for a mechanics grip, come together. This is the biddle grip, this is the mechanics grip. You're kind of doing a lifting motion here to get the deck right in the center so that you can clearly see, and your index finger from the left hand and your middle from the right are going to split the deck to make it easier. From here, your thumb is supporting in the back. It can release so that you can push and get those packets to separate. Now, this is the method to start the Faro Shuffle from the bottom. There is also a way to do the Faro Shuffle from the top, and you'll be going in like this. I am not perfect at doing it here, and that's not how I practice, but for many moves and some of the magic tutorials that I've seen, like As He Wins effect utilizing the Faro Shuffle, it works best when it's done from the top. So I do recommend you practice both methods. Just a recap, you're here in mechanics grip, you're going to lift as you come in biddle grip. So in this lifted position, you're supporting everything. Your index and middle are going to cut. Again, for the left side, this side, I'm going to have a bit more than half cards, okay? Because that's going to be the big packet. I'm going to refer to the big and small packets because the big packets need to be able to eat the small packets. Let's call it like that, okay? So I'm going to come a little bit closer so you can see this. You're going to want to first make sure the packets are super square and there is no air between the cards. There's no bevel or anything like that. And so I usually just rub the cards like that and just press them together to make sure that's done. And here, that's how I'm holding the cards, the different decks. You see, I'm going to use the corners first to get the motion of the cards weaving into each other. Now, it's very important that you don't just shove two packets together. That's not the point. The point with the Faro Shuffle is to get a point of tension and then release that tension. That's going to create the weave. So I'm going at an angle as well. If you notice, I am at an angle here. So I'm going to, because that's my big packet, I'm going to make sure that the top card here is going to be placed on top of that one with the corner when I align these two. Okay, so I align these two. I make sure that that card pops up because that's the top card, or two cards pop up, whatever. And then I just start to gently just rub the corners together. And you will notice that the cards will start to weave in. This is a little bit knacky, but you're not shoving in. I'm just slowly rubbing the two corners then I feel this weave in, okay? So this is an almost perfect Faro Shuffle, and it's not perfect because it's not the deck divided perfectly into two halves, okay? So here I have a bit of cards on top and I have a bit of cards on the bottom. But that's essentially it. And you then push a little bit more of the cards together and you're able to come in and bridge the cards. That's the basic Faro Shuffle. Okay, if you were to do it from the top, and again, like I told you, I am not that good at it, so you will see what probably your Faro Shuffle looks like right now. So I'm trying with the corners, and it's a little bit trickier, but you know, I still got it. And from the top, it's much easier to get into a fan because your hand is already here, then you can get into a fan. So in many ways, it's more efficient to do it from the top. But again, I learned it from the bottom and I'm more comfortable from the bottom. I think visually doing that makes it a lot easier. Now, this is not a brand new deck of cards. I'll show you what it looks like with a brand new deck of cards in a moment. But this is a deck of cards that I've used, and there's a natural bevel this way. What's interesting with that is that practice. Try to turn the cards this way. And now splitting, like I showed you, okay? I always make sure I have one bigger packet than the other. Okay, push down, grab it, square. And here, what's interesting, because they're beveled, once I align that first card to be on top, it actually will go in much easier because there's a bevel. It's maybe not as pretty. See, it's not a pretty one now. There's a few cards that are doubled here in the center, but it went in with a lot less effort. So my tip to you, when you're practicing this, give it a bevel this way and then try to do it. Okay, so you're here, you split, the corners touch, the corners go in first. Okay, you'll see here the corners go in, and then I insert everything else, and you'll see it's pretty neat this way as well. Now that you know the basic weave in, I'm going to show you quickly another angle here, and then we'll go into variations. So from here I separate, push down, square. See, I'm making sure that packet, the card is on top. See, now it's not on top. So what happens is that now I messed up my top cards and this became my big packet. So essentially that doesn't work because there's nothing holding these cards, so they just fall. That's not what you want. I see a lot of people correcting their Faros at the end doing that. Just, you'll know, you'll see when it works and when it doesn't. And see, now I have a bigger packet, I'm going to align, and now it's perfect. That's how I know it's good. There's no cards sliding down or falling. All right, and from here I insert a little bit more. I hold in the middle and I bridge the card. That's the basic move. Okay, are you ready for some variations of this move? See, I removed the bevel a little bit. Let's get into variations. I do want to grab a brand new deck of cards because one of the variations is easier with a brand new deck of cards. Okay, so I'm separating the cards and then I'm going in, and it's a little bit more difficult. But a brand new deck will provide you with a cleaner Faro shuffle. It's just a little bit more harder because the edges are quite rough. They're not as smooth because you haven't played with the cards that often. So here, the move I'm going to link you in the description below, I believe is Friffle. But I really like this move, and it works really, really well with the Faro shuffle and a brand new deck. So you're just letting go of the cards, and then you can do anything you want from here, a waterfall, or just neatly separate cards like that. In any case, I'm going to link you in the description below, and you can learn this. Tip would be to show the back when you're doing this move, and again, make sure you get the bevel to help you. For this, I like the bevel on the cards because it just gives me that little extra. Okay, so from here I have a tight grip. I'm going to show you the grip here. It's tight here, but at the same time, the cards are ready to fall. This is where I'm supporting them with the thumb, and then I'm releasing tension little by little. Again, you can learn that move in the description below. And it's just one of my favorite ones. And then it's just neat what you could do afterwards. Really flashy, looks complicated, but it's not. And now I think you're ready for fans. So for fanning, you need to know two things. You will need to know how to shift cards. And a professional's magician often just go in and do this and then start to fan. I've seen so many magicians do that. That's not how a proper fan should look like, okay? So a cardist would fan this way. Let me show you. So you do this move, you square the cards. And by the way, I just want to show you how this is a brand new deck, and I already broke a corner. I don't know if you can see, but there is already a corner here that's broken. That's okay, but this will impact your Faro shuffle. So if you have a deck of cards you've been practicing with that completely dropped on the floor, don't learn the Faro shuffle with that because you'll have a lot of broken corners and you don't want that. Okay? In any case, I'll show you how to just shift. So if, see now it's not perfect because I have this card. I'll just put it here, no problem. So here you will want to shift to the right. This bigger packet, you'll shift it to the right. And that will allow you to fan the indexes. Okay, so you see the indexes. And that's really cool for a deck that has a bit more contrast on the face than this one. This deck of cards is really better for the back design. So let me do the same thing, but with a back design showing. But essentially it's to display the fan. See, I'm shifting like that. Making sure I put a lot of pressure here like a regular fan. And now I've just taught you double fan. Okay? I'm supporting everything here because this is a brand new deck and everything's just gonna fall now. Now let me show you what happens when you shift the big packet to the left. So we were going to the right, now we're gonna go to the left. And you see that to the left, when I show you the indexes, that doesn't show up. So it is not a good front-facing way to fan cards. Here is the proper way to display a double fan or a giant fan, whatever you want to call it. So you go to the left, sorry, that's to the right. You go to the left and you will not be showing this side. You will be showing the back side. And now it's pretty from the back. Okay? Not a perfect fan, but you get the point. So it's very important. Once again, recap, you're going to shift to the right when you're showing the fan from the front. You're going to shift to the left when you're just showing it from the back design. So you'll grab your fanning powder. Okay, it's legal stuff, but don't travel on the plane with powder. Just if you don't want to get stopped for no reason. Or like put it in a baby powder compartment or anyway. So you're going to just a little bit powder on the edges here. 2 edges, it's enough. So I have a bit of powder here. Let me put that down. So you're gonna go here, just rub it like that, rub it like that. And you're going to Faro from the edges, okay, by just moving the cards together back and forth. You're not shoving them in, you're just making sure they fall in. That will spread the powder. And from the top, all you need to do is a Faro shuffle because it's on the top. So again, you're just going to rub the bottom like with this action. And the powder now goes in on all the edges. You can go ahead and clear the powder. And I feel a really soft feeling. Like this is not going to cause you paper cuts. Example of a paper cut. That's not going to cut your skin. That's how soft it is. And it's just a really neat feeling. Okay, and your cards will fan better. And I'm a big believer in fanning powder. And I think going through the edges is better because really most of the moves that you perform are going to utilize the grip from the edges. So all in all, it's going to help you fan the cards better. And it's less messy and you use less powder. So you can repeat that process a few times when you feel like you've dropped the cards too many times and you have broken edges. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Make sure to give it the practice it deserves. It's not easy at first, but you must know this move. I'm telling you, it's worth it. So leave your suggestions in the comments below regarding future tutorials, and I'll see you guys next week or even sooner. Make sure to subscribe. Thanks for watching.